What if I told you that the life you are living right now is nothing more than the echo of your dominant thoughts? That every achievement, every struggle, every breakthrough, and every setback began first as an idea, a seed planted in the soil of your mind. You become what you repeatedly think about, because thought is the architect of destiny. Thought is the invisible force shaping every visible result in your life. Look around you. Every invention, every empire, every skyscraper, every symphony, it all began in the unseen world of thought. Before Thomas Edison lit the world with electricity, he first lit his own imagination with a vision no one else could see. Before Henry Ford built the car that revolutionized the world, he built a mental image of ordinary people driving freely across the open roads. Before Walt Disney built castles that still inspire generations, he sketched them in the secret place of his imagination. When others laughed at the idea of cartoons becoming a kingdom, what they thought about again and again, they became. But here is the part most people never grasp. The same principle works in reverse. If you dwell on fear, you live in fear. If you rehearse doubt, you live small. If you replay defeat in your mind, you live defeated. The mind does not discriminate between thoughts of power and thoughts of weakness. It simply accepts what you feed it. And over time, the thoughts you repeat become the habits you practice, the decisions you make, the destiny you inherit. This is why Napoleon Hill declared, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." It was not just a slogan. It was a law as certain as gravity. Conceive it in thought. Believe it with emotion. Repeat it until it becomes reality. You cannot escape the harvest of your own. Think of your mind as fertile soil. If you plant weeds, weeds will grow. If you plant seeds of greatness, greatness will grow. The soil does not argue. It does not choose. It only returns what is sown. And every day, with every thought, you are planting. The question is, what kind of crop are you preparing for your future? Consider Abraham Lincoln. He was born in poverty, faced defeat after defeat, endured loss after loss. Yet he carried in his mind a persistent vision of a united America, a nation reborn in freedom. That vision became his anchor, his guiding star. He thought of it day and night, until it was not only a belief, but his very identity. And though the world tried to bury him under failure, his dominant thought lifted him into history. You must understand what you repeatedly think about is not idle daydreaming. It is the workshop of creation. When you think about something long enough, you give it energy, you give it form, you give it life. And slowly, the unseen becomes seen, the imagined becomes real. Your thoughts create your world, and if you do not control them, it will control you. So ask yourself now, what thoughts dominate your mind when you wake in the morning? What beliefs whisper in your ear before you sleep at night? Are you feeding your mind with visions of possibility or poisoning it with doubt and fear? Are you rehearsing courage or memorizing defeat? Understand this. The future is not waiting for you. It is being built inside you right now. Every repeated thought is laying a brick. Every mental image is drawing a blueprint. Every belief is shaping the house you will one day walk into. If you do not like where you are, change what you repeatedly think about. Do not underestimate this. Every great leader, every titan of industry, every visionary of history has been obsessed with the same truth, the power of dominant thought. Carnegie thought of wealth long before he built steel empires. Mandela thought of freedom long before he walked free. Martin Luther King Jr. thought of equality long before he stood on the steps of Washington. These men lived inside their vision until the world outside had no choice but to catch up. And now the question falls upon you. Will you become based on what you repeatedly think about? Because make no mistake, you are already becoming it. The human mind is a magnet. It draws to it the circumstances and people that match its most persistent thoughts. When you think in terms of lack, you attract more lack. When you dwell on limitation, you invite more limitation. When you dare to hold in your mind the image of abundance, opportunity, and victory, you attract the people, the resources, and the ideas necessary to bring that vision to life. This is not mysticism, it is focus. When you repeatedly think about something, your subconscious goes to work filtering reality out of the millions of pieces of information bombarding you daily. It selects the ones that match your dominant focus. That is why the people can stand in the same room and see two entirely different worlds. One sees only problems, while the other sees possibilities. Their external world is the same, but their inner world creates a different reality. Think of the Wright brothers. While most people thought of gravity as a chain that would forever hold mankind to the ground, the Wright brothers filled their minds with the image of flight. Day after day, failure after failure, it repeated that thought until it became certainty. And eventually, belief lifted not only them, but the entire human race into the skies. Your repeated thoughts are shaping you in the same way. You may not be building airplanes, but you are building something: your confidence, your habits, your opportunities, your future. But here is the danger. Most people do not think deliberately. They allow the world, the media, and other people to plant seeds in their minds. Seeds of fear, of scarcity, of distraction. Repeat not their own visions, but someone else's narrative. And then they wonder why they feel trapped in a life that does not belong to them. You must take back control of the garden of your mind. You must choose your thoughts with the same care of Farmer Joe. Those is his seeds, because if you do not, weeds will overrun you. Fear will overrun you. Negativity will overrun you. And you will wake up one day realizing you built a life you never wanted, brick by brick, thought by thought. Instead, you must become the master of repetition. Repeat what empowers you. Repeat what strengthens you. Repeat what aligns with your highest vision. Every morning, affirm your goals. Every night, visualize your dreams. Speak to yourself with words of power, not words of defeat. For repetition builds belief, and belief builds destiny. Think of Muhammad Ali. He repeated again and again, "I am the greatest," long before the world agreed, long before the victories proved it. He declared it. He thought it. He spoke it. He repeated it until it became reality. That is the power of repeated thought. And you can do the same. Whatever you want to become, begin to think it, repeat it. Live inside it until it feels inevitable. It will not come overnight. It will not come without resistance, but thought, repeated with conviction, is stronger than circumstance. The world may tell you who you are, but your thoughts decide who you become. The world may hand you defeat. Your thoughts can turn it into victory. The world may surround you with doubt. Your thoughts can carve a path to certainty. So guard your thoughts as you would guard your life, for they are your life. Stand watch at the gate of your mind. Allow only those ideas that strengthen you to take root. Uproot the weeds of doubt as soon as they appear. Nourish your vision with constant attention, with unwavering repetition, with belief so deep it burns in your bones. Because in the end, your destiny is not written in the stars, it is written in your thoughts. And every moment you are writing, every day you are shaping, every repeated thought is chiseling the sculpture of your future. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, ask, is this thought worthy of the person I am becoming? If not, replace it. Repeat what is worthy, because you will not rise above the level of your dominant thoughts. You will become them. Remember, you become what you repeatedly think about. I'll think deliberately, think boldly, think relentlessly, and never stop repeating the thoughts that will carry you into the life you were born to live.